Welcome back. Previously on the Compass Conversation podcast.
You know what's cool about it? It's like we did season 1, and you know how there's always a
right.
break?
That's right. We've had a break.
You could.
Who are you?
I'm Tracey White.
Pretty sure I'm Bob Nelson.
I'm Jake Schriner.
And I think I'm Pastor Johnny Leckie, and this is, once again, the Compass Conversation podcast. Welcome back.
Yay.
Here we are. Da-da-da-da-da. We will follow you. You have the name above every name. We will follow you, King Jesus.
So we're back.
All right. Hey. All right.
Clever editing.
It said, who are you?
I'm that dude.
You're that dude. Oh
that
my
one
soul.
guy.
You know, we're going to start this way. Tracy, how are you, man? You've been out of the pocket. Those who just been only know us from the podcast would not know when we're in
That's
the
correct, yes.
But how are you doing quickly tonight?
Doing great. Lots going on. Busy work, busy weekend with the reserves, and a busy rest of the month coming up. So that part is all fun, and we're very much looking forward to it, Kathy and I. And yeah. So
There's somebody
and happy
is
to
that
be-
you, Jake?
Yep, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Spam call.
Oh, it's a spam
Yeah.
call. All right, no worries.
Someone thinks I own a house in Arizona. So I get calls about that once in a while.
It's all right. I thought it was me. You know, every now and then we'll get a phone call. I just like to pick it up. They're on the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm sorry, Tracy. You were saying.
I'm done. That was it. It was short and sweet. Just
That was short and sweet.
Life is wonderful. Did a run yesterday though, and my body feels the effects of that today.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, good.
Bob and I talked about it. We don't have to rehash.
No more rehashing your run.
There's not
That sounds
enough time to get
fantastic.
your beach body before you go to Hawaii.
Right?
So,
You've already got it, man. You've already got it. You're my hero in these things.
Oh no! I do. I'm sorry. Before we go on,
One more thing.
because you talk about beach body. You know, maybe except my legs are the whitest legs in the world. Now, my good friend and
White
colleague
sand body.
Chris Meyer, he's a redhead, natural redhead, so he's pretty light skinned. And whenever we were getting ready for this run yesterday, you know, people were making fun of his legs being so white, and I said, "Oh, just wait." Just wait. And then I went and I changed and I put on my shorts and I came out, and our first sergeant, he says, "Man, those things belong in a casket."
That's great.
Which one I thought was hilarious.
That's great. I love that line.
that's really funny.
All right, now it's been a while since we've done this, so is there anything that you double check to make sure is working? Everything here is off. That's where Mike's working.
Mike is working. I've got audio. Thank you for remembering to turn it on. Because I didn't.
All right, well, there you go. All right, we'll move right along then. Boom, shakalaka. Bob Nelson, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm pretty okay. Since we last met, I've got a promotion. I'm vying for trying to get another promotion. So,
nice.
there's a weird rule that we're trying to get an exception for, but it's an HR thing, not a my people thing. So, but we'll see.
Nice.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm happy where I'm at. It'd just be I wouldn't say I would be happier where I'd be, but it would be a good thing to move into.
B-I-B?
No, it wouldn't be happier. I wouldn't say I'm not. Wait, what did I say? I wouldn't be happier to be there. No.
That you're not
Yeah.
unhappy where you are.
I'm not unhappy where I am. Yes, I'm suddenly
Maybe
as
a little
confused.
happier.
Yes. Yeah.
That brings us on like B-Y-B, B-Y, bring your what?
Bring your own.
Bob to work.
Bob.
day.
Yes.
Bring your own.
All right.
B.Y. Bob. I like
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah.
Glad to hear about
I've been running too, finally breaking the COVID fatigue and stuff.
Oh,
and,
good, yeah.
So I'm gonna have to share this one. This is not a bad word, I swear, but I ran a fartlek yesterday.
Yeah. The fartlek.
Yes, it's
Fartlek.
a Swedish word for speed play, and it's basically just interval running. The 90 seconds of speed running and 120 seconds of an easy jog. So
That's why I call it interval running.
yeah, it's so much more fun the other way. So. Okay. With that, moving on.
Just I thought the Leck was leg at one point.
Oh, no,
It just sounds weird. Okay.
Yeah, it does sound weird.
Jake Schriner. Hello. Wearing the coolest shirt in the room.
Yes.
New shirts.
In case everybody missed it yesterday.
That's right. The backs are cool too. A little mountain there. Yeah. A little Colorado-y.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, good to have you
Like 2
back.
months since we all sat here. And
Pretty much.
It was a necessary good break.
yes.
The heart has grown fonder. We've started to miss it.
Yeah, glad we're doing this. Yeah, it's everything's going good. Last couple months, nothing big or monumental has happened for me. Except for the last 2 weeks at work, I have been missing at a bare minimum of at least 2 people calling in sick every day.
Oh.
And it's kind of just rotating through everybody out here. Oh, it's ridiculous. And
Is it legit or?
I think so.
are
Like
really-
some of the guys that, like one guy that's been out for like a week and a half, he doesn't miss work. Like he's not one I've ever been concerned about like calling in, showing up late. Like he is there, and he's been out for a week and a half. So.
Oh my soul.
So yeah, trying to get that in. Of course, I think our customers know when that happens because that's when they place their big orders. You guys are down, people. All right, I need this, and this.
I'm gonna triple my order.
That's
okay.
I'm sure it's great. Now the problem's like, how do we get it all done, and not make people upset? But that's day to day. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm doing good.
Awesome.
And,
Glad that you're here. And
the garden's doing good.
Oh, the garden is doing
But
good.
we can talk about that.
That is
if
cool.
you'd like to.
And in fact, that did remind me of that thing I was trying to remember what it was. Questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, help me remember this before we go on.
Questions.
Questions.
All right, I have questions. Do you have questions?
I
Tracy's got a lot of questions.
Many.
Questions
no,
about the
I have answers. They're not necessarily right, but
All right,
How are you doing, Johnny?
Ask me how I'm doing. Okay, yeah, thanks. Woo.
I realize
I didn't want to ask
that's my
myself. That's
position.
right.
pass it
Yeah,
on.
it would be so awkward for me to go, Johnny, how are you doing? I'm fine. How are you? Okay, well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm in this kind of new position at the school, so I'm not, this is why I'm wearing
different.
this little different look today. But, so it's funny because, I have no hair at all in my head, but I wear this hat all the time. So when I was working with the autistic kids, I always had my hat on, and I always had my t-shirt on, right? I was Mr. Johnny. Without the hat, I'm Mr. Leckie. Oh, he's Johnny again. Anyway, so, but it's been really, really good. It's been an awesome, nice change of pace. But I've also added into that mix a little intramural type of sport thing that Luis and I are doing after school, and our friend Antoinette. Just a little extra, it's like an extra hour. Today it was with kindergartners and first graders and second graders. So we were teaching them how to play kickball outside.
Oh man.
And
fun.
that was hilarious, let me
I
just say.
bet.
So, you would think, just describing those simple things, right? You run from here to here. So we gave them all a chance. There were like 40 kids or so, right? Just of that age group. And so we had them all, everybody got a chance to kick and run to base. But you would think, that's pretty simple, right?
Seems.
First kid, it's their first base. As soon as they got to base, all right, great, we're going to the next one. Then they went and sat down. No, don't sit down. Okay, you stay here. You got to wait. So I had to go to first base, and I just would say to them, okay, so when that kid kicks the ball, that's when you run. Okay, you're going to run. You know where you're going to run. it was all that kind of stuff.
That's funny.
But yeah, so just busy time, fun time, but good, cool. Glad to be here with you guys here today. So let's talk about all the stuff. Let's do all the catch up. No, we can't do all the catching up.
Ooh, man, that'd be some catching up.
Let's just catch up with from the past several days. So a lot of good things have happened in the past several days.
I heard there were some guests
Yes.
yesterday. That,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I thought you were saying guests at my house.
I know.
Which would have been Friday.
We
Yeah,
can talk
Friday
about that
evening was
too.
fun.
You guys want to start in chronological order?
Right, let's do chronological. So Friday.
Friday. So Friday, I hear that it was fantastic because, and this is really a simple thing, but it's an important thing, is that the temperature came down, which made my house cooler. We had the windows wide open,
Nice.
and we had a good crew of people.
There's a lot
at
of
my
us.
house.
There's a lot of us there. It was great.
Do you remember, Tracy, when we had a hangout? It was like one of the first Compass hangouts at your house.
Yeah.
And we played this little game, and I passed out a card, and I said, write down something that nobody in the room will probably know about you. Okay, and then I went through and I read them, and we kind of voted on who it was. We did that game that night, so that was pretty fun and funny.
Nice.
Very funny.
Nice vibe in the room,
Yeah.
too, and particularly fun when I got to share that. You all right? Everybody okay?
I hear somebody.
I hear noises as well. Hey, come
Hey,
here.
we're doing our podcast.
Hey, come on, Kathy. Come
Sorry.
on. No,
That's okay.
I was wondering if you might want to leave these with Maury.
Here, I'll
Just in
take care of
case.
that. We're recording.
What do you have? What is
Well, I
this?
want to
Well-
present something to Jake.
For Harper.
This is Harper's birthday
Oh, come into
present.
the camera. Come around here. Come on.
Hold on. What?
So we're not going to be here, so I was going to give it to you tonight to give to her.
Oh my.
It was
goodness.
Emily's when she was little. She barely touched
Look
it.
at this.
Oh no way.
She barely ever touched it.
What?
Maybe you can
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not in tune, I'm
That's
sure.
fine. Holy.
I don't know,
just
in tuned it
love
up.
the mermaids. And, oh my gosh.
And maybe you can break the drummer curse.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, don't let Harper see this before her
Podcast.
birthday.
Yeah.
We know that Harper's an avid fan of the podcast.
Yes.
Right? Watches it every time.
We like to watch it on like Tuesday or Wednesday
This is the
evenings before
greatest.
bed.
Wait, let's see. Let's take a little here. Something.
It looks like the hook is
Tuned up.
missing a little thing, so you
okay.
might,
Not that far out.
you might need to get a
Ooh.
new hook for this.
Maybe a little out.
That is
Okay.
fantastic.
But
You can teach her side by side.
got some crumbs on it. This might need to be cleaned too, a little bit. It's got some kind of crumbs on it.
Well, that is a nice treat for the podcast as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Tracy.
Thank
This is
you.
awesome. So cool.
Bravo. I mean, we should applaud or something. We're applauding
Happy
it.
birthday, Harper.
Happy birthday.
I
She's
think,
gonna be
I just remembered her saying
So a
she,
week from Thursday, or a week from
Okay.
tomorrow.
saying she
Right.
wanted to do a mermaid party. I'm sure that's probably changed already,
I
like
don't
5
even,
times.
I don't even know. Her new thing is now not necessarily a theme, it's that she gets to be the boss for the whole.
Right, right. I remember her telling me that.
I'm not
So,
sure.
She kind of
Yeah.
was for.
God.
I just wanted to leave
I'm
that
not
for you.
as.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kathy. Good to see
See you
you.
later.
Turn
Love
this into a
you.
family
Love
therapy.
you.
Okay, fair enough. We'll move along. We'll move on.
Back to our regular.
All right, what was I saying? What was I saying?
The questions, we were talking about the question game.
Yeah, the question game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so we played that game, and it was very funny to hear faces. But the ones who were there, a lot of them were some of the newer folks who've been coming around. So that was a perfect thing to be playing.
Nice.
Right? And then aside from that game, just for me, a personal fun moment was with Annette. Right, because I knew that the Miracles and Sean and Ashley did not even know this about Annette, because you meet Annette and you just think she's just a kindly, nice, sweet little lady, right?
You had no idea.
They had no idea. So yeah, so I had her tell me. I said, I had her tell me. So Annette, tell me the branch of the service that you served in, and she said Army. You know, kind of just boom, Army.
Yeah.
Right, and then I said, so, do you mind if I ask you this? Share with everybody the highest level of rank that you achieved. And she went, Major. and just the look on some of those faces were like,
Yeah.
it was like,
That's a pretty good deal.
It was a beautiful moment.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Definitely.
Well, how about you guys? What you think? Any insights on that night? That was just fun. The food was amazing.
Fantastic food. Yeah, I smashed some tacos and then I went back for like a full plate of nachos too. I couldn't stop eating. It was so good.
And the salsa is my personal favorite, because that's what we call the Leckie Loco. Leckie Loco salsa. It's crazy good.
I
That's
really feel like I missed out, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but we missed you for sure. I mean, I even told that to Kathy. That it's like, Tracy would have loved tonight. We missed him so much.
Yeah.
So,
I would have made fun of Annette a little bit. I would have said, "Oh
It's
yeah,
true.
if we went somewhere on military airlift, you could be my +1." Because E9s get DV status and majors don't. That would have been some of that good.
yeah, a little bit.
Well, yeah, the military. All the branches pick on each other anyway.
Camaraderie.
You know, the Army, they sleep under the stars. The Air Force, They rate their hotels that they stay in by stars. Stars. Just saying.
Like I'm saying, Tracy, we missed you there, man. But it was a beautiful night, I thought, and I felt really good about the whole thing.
Y'all had not enchiladas, but
Tamales.
Tamales, yeah, and that was I couldn't think of the word because Kathy was trying to tell me that because she really loved the tamales, and she's like, I was like enchilada. No, it's the ones that are wrapped in corn husk, and I'm like, oh, those are It's one of those moments when you're put on the spot to remember something you just can't because you don't either. It was
Tamales.
funny.
We could do homemade tamales with all the corn that we're gonna have.
Hey, I can't wait.
It was actually, I thought we weren't gonna get that much, but then you go out there and look, and like most stocks have 1 or 2 ears.
Oh,
out there
fantastic.
on them. So we give another couple weeks, which we should plan our cleanup day. Maybe
That was what I was going to say.
Maybe
is
in a
that
couple Sundays.
It needs to happen
Yeah.
probably before October.
Before, I think October 15th was the day, like mid-October. But
Okay.
if we, they're going to turn the water off pretty well. Once we have our first, cold snap,
frost.
water's going to get shut off. So we might as well just have a cleanup day in a couple weeks.
Yep.
I'm sure there will be more zucchinis, more peppers, maybe some more tomatoes.
Well, see,
Zucchinis
I'm thinking
won't stop, will
what
they?
would have been a big Sunday was a perfect time for that because since it won't really be, those are usually a little bit more, tiring days.
Right.
But since we're not going to be doing that, it's still going to work great to just throw in a work day, serve day.
Those jalapenos are spicy.
Are they good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We had some at lunch today. Really good. They got some heat.
That's good.
All right. Well, all this talk about food is making me hungry. All right. So
Yeah.
let's get back on track. Yeah. But so garden stuff. We're gonna wrap it. We've learned things. It's been a good experience.
One
I think.
zucchini plant.
One zucchini is enough for a
One
village.
zucchini is enough.
Yes.
Is what we hear. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
But yep. And so you and I need to get together sometime.
I was telling Bob.
Sometime after we probably shut it down.
Some of those
We'll plan
zucchinis
for
are
next
getting
year.
so big, he didn't even pick them all last time he was out there.
Yeah.
We'll we'll just let them grow and then we'll carve them for Halloween.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah.
They're just gonna be monsters.
They're already this big,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it's like nobody's gonna want this. And there were 5 or 6 of them like that size.
Is our garden plot radioactive?
You know what?
for sure.
It's having all the other. I was thinking about this. All the other gardens nearby. All the other gardens are getting good water. So the ground even is
Oh,
just
right.
always getting good. I mean, even if we miss 2-3 days without going out there, everybody around you just watering, and then just if the roots go deep enough, they're going to be taken care of. They're good.
Yeah.
And we've had some
And-
good rains here.
And it's been incredible, growing out there at the start of the season with how bad the soil was and how much we had to turn it over and stuff like that. That garden is still doing better than my home garden with raised planter beds that I filled with nice topsoil and all this stuff. And I don't know what it is about that spot, but it's phenomenal.
Well, I think it's just because that's ground that's been farmed, again and again and again. It's just been a good.
Minus all that cardboard we pulled.
Had a great cardboard
Our
crop.
starting day back in April or whatever that
That
was.
was a great day, though.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Well, I'm looking forward to the next round because, like I say, we have, I think, picked up a few pointers, and I think we kind of know
Yeah,
a little bit more what we
we'll
wanna
adjust,
do.
and I'm
We also
excited
know how
to keep.
participating people are, and it's like
Yes.
their heart was willing, but their schedule is not.
Yeah, it's,
Sometimes on some places.
we'll readjust and we'll we'll kind of target it more towards what we want to do and have a lot more of a fewer things, and
Yeah.
it'll be a little easier to manage. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm looking forward to next summer already with it. I think it's gonna
I
be
am
cool.
too. I am too, man. All right, so we've covered garden. We've covered the taco hangout night. Anything else about taco hangout night? Anything funny or interesting?
Just had a lot of good conversations with everybody.
Yeah, I did too.
It's just like I said, a really good vibe. It was a lot of fun.
I love it when we're just tripping over each other. I know not everybody likes that, but it was by design, right? So you know how big my space is. You put 21, 22 people in that room. We were like
Yeah, you get a little
bumping into each other and stuff, but that was kind of part of the night. So.
Harper and Meadow were having a great time.
Yeah, they had a blast. They had a really good
Yeah,
time
good,
running
good.
around. It was a lot of fun. They're playing hide and seek.
heard that.
crawling under people and walking around. And,
Oh yeah, they were going under my leg there. I had a leg up on the thing. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Kathy said Shelly, I think it was, brought some
Oh, that's right.
decadent Oreo
That's true.
dessert,
She did.
trying to
Kind
kill
of a-
everyone with it. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean was pretty funny, I thought. He kind of came out of his shell a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
He's a good dude.
Which
He is a good dude. The Sean, the
Both
dad.
Seans.
The
Yeah,
dad.
the big, no, they're both dead. But you know,
They're both good dudes.
Sean 1, Sean 2.
Yeah,
Sean and
I
Shelley
don't want
Sean.
to call him old Sean and young Sean. So what do we do here?
Well, anyhow, so that was great, and that kicked the weekend in really quick. But the flip side of that was that, hey guys, you know what? I'm not getting any younger, and I'm spending tons of time not asleep.
You were pretty toast by the end of the night.
You're like, get out of my house.
Yeah, I said, we're done. Get out. Why are you still here? Leon and I are going to bed. You guys do whatever you want.
Shut the lights off on your way out, please.
No,
I'm
that's
just kidding. That's not what happened.
That's the way to go, though. Dad used to, Morey and my dad, when we do things like that, he'd be like, all right, well, y'all just, turn off the lights on your way out. I'm going on to bed. And he wouldn't just go, like, guess we're done.
In East Texas, they would just say, like, honey, let's go to bed so these people can leave. You know, it's like, but anyway. But no, that was not the case at all. It was actually very, very nice. But by the time I got to Sunday morning, I was feeling it. And I went back and I was listening to the message. We can talk a little bit about that if you guys want to. But yeah, I could tell. I personally didn't feel like I was at my best right there. But that said, it was still a very cool day. Shirts. That was
a lot
a
of people
great
that
response to the shirts. We had at least, I don't know. We had a lot of new faces there.
So if you take the last 2 weeks, we had 5 sets of new faces. So
Yeah, hey, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, and 6. Sorry.
Yeah, Luis, my friend, was there with his kids.
heard.
Yeah, a couple weeks in a row there.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome, and
Yeah.
someone else from the school, and
Wow.
Yep. And then just straight off different area, they're just visiting. Just check us
Yep.
out. So
Cool.
and I think it's got to be granddaughter.
I think it's
Kinsley.
granddaughter,
Yeah.
the kid, that was
and I
sure.
must have just misheard her say Ma to Roberta. But yeah, so that was really neat. And the Kinsley had a great time with Leon and Harper and doing the craft and stuff. So
Nice.
so yeah, it was really neat. Just really kind of cool. And then it started out chilly, but got nice as we went along. So
yeah, Morgan was there.
Morgan
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
there.
nice. Yeah, I heard he was at Grayson's party.
Yes, that's true.
I didn't know he had gone to church as well. That's good.
Yeah, he was
I'm
in church.
hoping that his recovery's continuing to progress
Yeah, he seemed to be
positively.
doing really well.
Good.
It was nice talking
Yeah.
with him.
Nice. I can't wait to talk to him. I'm glad I missed all of that.
It's all right, man.
Not glad I missed all it. Sad I missed all
You
of
say
it.
glad. Boy, I'm sure glad I missed all the great things.
Whoops.
Sound like me.
I am sad that I missed all of it. What did I say? Honestly.
Glad I missed that.
I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
Oh, my
okay.
goodness. Sad
And
I missed all of it.
tonight we're just trying this. I'm kind of excited about it. This kind of stacking Mondays.
Yes.
Yeah.
It frees up kind of the rest of the week, and I'll be sharing some stuff about that. We're not going to refill the rest of the week,
Okay.
but it frees up the week for doing different kinds of things,
Okay.
relationally and stuff too. So
Okay.
for me, on a mental level, it's kind of nice because I got everything kind of around the weekend and Monday, and it freshens my mind up a little bit. I want to be my best on Sundays, right? That Compass needs my best, right? That's why I'm here. It's the main thing, in my world. So I want to be at my best, and so that's part of the design. But I think it might, on a relational rhythm kind of mode. What am I trying to say? Relationally, rhythmically in our lives. It might be a nice change for us all.
Okay.
So, yeah. We'll try it again.
Sure.
Nothing's ever in stone. We
Yeah.
always experiment and
Especially
start and
Compass.
stop things.
And that's the
Yes.
that's the nice thing, that ability to pivot and do new things.
Yeah.
And not have to go,
Yeah.
people go, oh my gosh, well, you always do it this way. Why am I not doing that? So,
Yeah, we don't have that, and that's a beautiful thing. In fact, there's some people who only know our church from being under a tree.
Yeah.
I kind of love that, actually. That's all they know. They don't know about the other stuff.
A compass is a good metaphor for that, though, too.
Hey.
Maybe it's our name, because, I mean, it points towards true north, but it's never,
True
like,
north.
perfect, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah,
It bounces around, but it's giving you that direction.
Yeah. Definitely.
I love it.
Great
I
idea.
love it. All right, so anything, that said, even though I said I felt I was a little frazzled, I know that there were others who did respond to the message, and that's always the case because it's not about me. So, but I still want to do. I still want to be frazzled. But I finally wrapped up that little kind of review series that ended up taking half the year. But we talked about worship and the importance of worship and why worship is so important and how it's usually more than you might initially think about. So, any thoughts about any of that?
So one thing that I actually decided to write a note to myself so I'd remember this was in the temptation of Jesus when Satan has the audacity to do what he does.
Yeah.
Worship me, man. It is all of each of the temptations is about worshiping something. He's not tempting Jesus to a specific sin per se. It's a way to worship something else, to get away from God and put your focus on something else. So when he says turn the stones into bread, we know you can do it. He's saying, okay, you've got power. Worship the power in you and stuff like that. And then at the end, when he's telling them to, worship me, and I'll give all this to you. The audacity, he doesn't have all of that, but he's saying it anyway. But it's again, it's just turning the worship away from God onto something else, and that is sin in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, even in the garden, I mean, that whole turn away. It's like instead of worshiping God, this is pre, Cain and Abel, which is what I actually shared about. But before that, even, it's a turning to I will worship myself. I don't need God, and that, of course, the biggest idol in the United States today, I think, is ourselves.
Absolutely.
We definitely worship ourselves.
Word of the year in 2019 was selfie.
That's right. That's right. We're a generation of selfies.
Those pictures taken now are a foot and a half away from your face.
Yeah.
People I know. Yeah,
And I've seen
very
it.
much introverted and looking upon themselves and how does this affect me? Well, maybe that's not how you should be viewing it.
Whenever I was riding public transportation back in the day to work before COVID, right?
Yeah.
Now it's all work from home, but on the train, I remember seeing people taking pictures of themselves, and they would, take a picture and then look at it, delete it, fix their hair, take another
Do it
picture,
again.
another angle, and just it's like, really?
It's like how you want to present yourself, right? I mean, I get it, but we start presenting a phony version of ourselves, and then what that does is it breeds jealousy, envy, in others. It's like, oh, everybody's doing this. Why is my life so horrible?
Right.
I'm so drab. Why? So then we try to kind of, pretend.
Well, sure, but you look at somebody doing that sort of thing, and it's like you're trying to project yourself as, one thing, and in fact, it seems like you're insecure.
Yeah.
And you're just furthering that problem just by doing what you're doing. But
There's a hugely practical danger to it that they can put numbers to. More people die from putting themselves in bad situations for selfies than from shark bites.
wow.
And we're a whole lot more afraid of shark bites, so think about that.
Yeah, I have heard some horribly sad stories of someone trying to get a selfie and they fall off a cliff, or they fall, or something happens because they're trying to be just right, and then the bear comes, whatever.
They're doing all this in search for validation online, right? The feel good that comes. Oh, look at all these people that liked my photos. Look at all these people that like me and all what I'm posting. Like, that doesn't really matter.
You're already loved and
you're
cherished
loved.
beyond measure by the creator of the universe.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a verse that goes with that.
Yeah.
What is it? Would that be John 3:16?
John 3:16.
It is John 3:16.
John 3:16.
So
What does that say?
I believe that's for God so loved the whole world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:16. know it, read it a couple times, memorize it, and then share it, because that's what this world needs.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir, for bringing us on to that. Well,
That was a great segue.
Thank you, Bob.
thank you, Bob. All right. Well, anything else about the weekend that we can share with Tracy and those who are watching today?
Yeah.
A lot of fun things. I mean, there's so
Yeah,
many little things that were happening.
We've had a really good summer.
The summer's been good.
It's I think we've done the balloon surf Sunday since then. I think we're still doing the podcast when we did the painting.
And the movie night.
We had our second movie night.
Second movie night. Yeah.
Second movie night was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true.
And the new setup for the movie night's really handy.
Yeah.
What do you
The
mean?
new setup for the movie.
Oh yeah, in a
so-
different spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That was great. And interestingly enough, just about community type events. I can't remember if you were there when this happened, but was it last Sunday or the Sunday before when there was a family walking by?
Yeah,
or
a mom or grandma and the little girl on the bike.
Yeah, it was a Sunday morning. It was before church in the park.
Yeah.
And what did she say? The little girl, she was like,
I was here for Halloween and I was dressed as I don't remember.
yeah, she said, do you remember? Do you remember what I was wearing? I'm like, well, it's over 200 people. But she was like, are you going to do that again? Are you going to do that again? Already, just as random community people.
It's coming up.
It's coming
It's coming up, man.
6 weeks away.
And I have a feeling, I just have a gut feeling, and I could be wrong, but I think it might be our biggest yet in terms of number of people who
think?
flow through. I think so.
Nice.
Even though it's on a Monday.
It's on a Monday night. But yeah.
I'll spend a little more time with the lights and have like a nice thing that where it switches and stuff. That would be fun.
Better remember
yeah.
to put in for
Take
November
those
1st.
down and
Oh yeah, you
use
could do a
those.
whole thing with that.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, how are we doing on time, Trace?
So 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't have to fill
Left
it.
on
I
the
mean,
card.
we're back, baby.
We're doing okay.
So this gives me a chance to segue again
Two.
to the
Should I remember?
Questions.
Questions. Questions.
It's funny. I was looking through like. All right, so here's what we want to ask of you who are watching, and I need to remember this on Sundays too, because I really think that's where most of our questions are going to come from. But you may remember this, Tracy. A while back, we would do like a church in the park, and I would say today's questions. We did a question series. I said any question about the Bible, about God. I mean, I might not know the answer. If you have a question, let's deal with it right now. So I was so bold. But I think that's pretty fun. So I would take all of these on cards, so I could at least look at them, and we go, nah, we'll save that one.
Did you take questions?
No, but what we're going to do, a couple of weeks ago I did mention it, and I just got forgotten to do it. And so this is the thing, if you're watching today and you have any question about the Bible, about God, about church history, things about why should we believe this or that, just any kinds of things like that. Just honest questions that you had. We're going to do this once a month to start. All right, so we'll get those questions, we'll look at them, and give us a chance to sort of think about it a little bit, choose one or two of them, or all of them, depending on how many. And once a month on the podcast, we're going to talk about the questions that are submitted
That's
around
awesome.
the table. So there could be some hot button questions.
That's fine.
And usually we try not to hot, because we don't want to be divisive. I don't want to shy people away.
Right.
There are nice ways to present the truth.
I'd heard that somewhere. But anyway, I don't always just lead with the thing I know is going to offend somebody the most, and then they don't come back to hear the truth, and then they grow to become and learn what God wants them to be. So there's some strategy behind it. It's not, I never water down, you guys have never heard me water down the word. In fact, even like Sunday, I sounded probably like a cranky old pastor is what I thought I sounded like. But every now and then, going to like Billy Sunday mode, the old evangelist. But anyhow, those are actually kind of fun days when I start doing that, but I got to be careful. Anyway, so questions is what we're saying. So if you have a question, anything that's come up, and again, it doesn't mean we're going to answer every single one, but just drop it in the comments or send an email to Bob. And
I'd be happy. Bob at compassdenver.com.
Bob at compassdenver.com. You'll forward them to us, and we will we'll look over those, and we'll have a conversation about them. And again, this is the Conversation Podcast, so it's not like we got all the answers podcast, but it'll be fun to kind of talk through some of those kind of maybe tougher issues that we do.
Right. So, and to share how important that is, that questions come very strongly in my conversion story, my coming to Jesus story, is because I would have in my head a question, and the funny thing is God was really responsive on it. I never got a chance to ask him because somebody else would answer whatever I was questioning. So that was one reason I knew that God was involved in in my life, and even at that point when I wasn't fully devoted to Him. So yeah, questions are hugely important. Even if you're like questioning your faith, that's really important to share with somebody. So it's not that you can get buried in it or anything about it, but find answers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going to wallow.
Right.
And sometimes what I have encountered in conversations with different people, and also the way I felt at a certain time years ago, was that I was the only person who was thinking this question. And, it's like everybody else, it must just be me. I must really be some kind of weird person or whatever. But beyond even that, I thought nobody's ever asked this question before, right, Mr. Smarty Pants, right? and then I began to realize that there's hardly any question you're going to come up with. It doesn't mean that you won't, but very, very few that haven't already been wrestled with, either by theologians or, like in my instance, a bunch of college pastor, preacher boy guys late at night batting them around. So anyway, that's what's going to end. And thank you, Jake, for starting that idea. It started off as something different. And by the way, that other idea might happen too. But I like the direction that is going to take us. Sure. Anyway, so it won't be the whole podcast, but at least once a month throughout the rest of the fall and into the spring, perhaps, or forever. Who knows? Question, Q&A. It's Q&A podcast night.
And since Josh is in apologetics now, maybe we can get him.
Hey, we'll bring Josh out.
I was just thinking that. To be honest with you,
I love it.
You should at least be sitting out here to listen to us on that end.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That'd be
That would
awesome.
be good.
All right, guys. Well, anything else you guys want to touch base on? I mean, again, we're kind of back in the swing. We're in the fall now. Yesterday was our fall kickoff, such as it was. So we're back in the swing of things, just in time for you to go to Hawaii.
I feel so
We called you
horrible
out on
about
Sunday.
that too.
Oh, dude, you need to have the time of your life. That's what we want.
You're gonna feel
I want you to
horrible
have a
the
great
entire time
I'm
we're
sure you
gone.
will.
The
Yeah, I'm
entire
sure
time,
you'll
just to let you guys
We'll think that way, right? You must feel really bad he's not.
Yeah.
Just send you
I'm
text
crying over crying over
the
that
waves.
wonderful food and sitting in the jacuzzis and flying over Hawaii in a helicopter and
Getting to wear
snorkeling.
flip-flops for 2 weeks.
Yeah, fried spam.
Oh,
To tie
my
a shoe.
All right, well, I think we filled up our time pretty much here. So anyway, let's see. What does I usually say? Okay. Well, here's the thing. We meet somewhere in the world every week, or I should say, we meet every week somewhere in the world. I like it better that way. But always online. You can find us on Facebook by searching for Compass Church Colorado, and you can discover more at compassdenver.com. And we would absolutely love to have you as our guest this Sunday. All right, guys, this is the time for final words.
We're back! I love you guys. Love everyone out there.
We're back. Likewise.
We're back. And this has been great.
Please come back. Grace and peace to you. That's all we have for tonight, and we are out.
Like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm.
Like and subscribe.
Hit that like button down
Hit
below.
that like
Subscribe.
button
Helps the
down below.
algorithm.
That really helps the algorithm.
Hit that notification bell.
Hit that bell. It's
So
actually
you
really
know
true.
when we did something.
There is
Oh
some
my
truth to all
goodness.
that.